you're a believer or an atheist. Whoever you are, in life, things happen. Here's this man doing everything right, when suddenly everything goes wrong. Big scale. And the friends who come to him, who at first are stunned by the devastation that has visited their friend Job, they then start a debate. Now, the man doesn't need an argument. They try and answer the words of his lips instead of responding to the pain in his heart. You don't heal a broken heart with logic. Now, we've seen that at times there are flashes of faith and great insight which are given to God's servant. Look at this incredible verse. It's chapter 26 of Job, and it's verse 7. Job 26 and verse 7. Job is speaking, and you wonder, where did he get that from? He says, God spreads out the northern skies over empty space. He suspends the earth over nothing. What revelation! God hangs the earth in space with nothing to support it but his own fixed laws. Now, that's a concept that wasn't known to the ancient astronomers. They didn't know anything about that. Here is revelation. Even in this pit of darkness, he will know God when God chooses to reveal himself. And God is sharing with him a colossal truth. Other religions were talking about the world being on the back of an elephant that was standing on the back of a tortoise, and all sorts of ridiculous ideas. And here is revelation truth. Job, hurting, sat on the ash heap, says, God spreads out the northern skies over empty space. He suspends the earth over nothing. Now, when people suffer so much that their spirit is broken, then they lose their fight and they want life to end. And that's exactly what happened to Job. Look at chapter 17 and verse 1. My spirit is broken. My days are cut short. The grave awaits me. And now turn to chapter 27 and verses 4 and 5. My lips will not speak wickedness, and my tongue will utter no deceit. I will never admit you are in the right till I die. I will not deny my integrity. They're trying to suggest he's a sinner, and finally he's been caught, and he is adamant. I've not done anything wrong that deserves anything like this. You're wrong. Your explanations don't fit. Now, he is, in seeking to vindicate himself, quite a self-righteous man, as we saw yesterday. In this situation, there is pain. Now, some physical ailment happens in our life when we've enjoyed good health, and it levels us to mere mortality. And we remember that we are mortal. We were young, we were fit, we were active, we thought we were going to live forever. You get older, there are twinges in the hinges, there's some sort of accident occurs, and physical ailment levels you to mere mortality. You realise, I am human after all. And when we're in pain, we can't think straight very often. The affliction, whatever it may be, paralyses our productivity. We're cast adrift in a sea of private turmoil, possibly public embarrassment, because we're not functioning the way we did once. Here is a truth you need to remember. Working through a situation is always more painful than walking out. It's easy to walk out of a situation. The job, so I walk out. The church, so I walk out. The home, so I walk out. Working through situations is always more painful than walking out. Here's a man who's got no exit strategy unless he takes his own life, because he's suffering in great pain in a situation he cannot manage. Why human evil and its consequences are allowed such green lights by a holy God is another baffling paradox. We don't know why God gives the green light, why the murderous tyrant is allowed to rule year after year after year. God, why have you still given him a green light? Stop him. Bring him down. Do something, God. It's a baffling paradox. We don't understand. Job, with hindsight, will appreciate that he was baffled to fight better. There's someone we will meet this afternoon as we continue this study, someone called Elihu, who comes on the scene, and he infers that God is far removed from us, and that's why we can't communicate with him. Well, he's saying something that's wrong as well. Just look at this for a moment. It's in chapter 37 and verse 21. It's Elihu, and we'll introduce him properly this afternoon, but we're just anticipating that for a moment. Verse 21 to 24, because this man who's speaking is saying something that's wrong. Now, no one can look at the sun, bright as it is in the skies, after the wind has swept them clean. That's okay. Out of the north he comes in golden splendour. God comes in awesome majesty. The Almighty is beyond our reach. That's not so. And exalted in power, in his justice and great righteousness, he does not oppress. Therefore men revere him. For does he not have regard for all the wise in heart? And even when this man comes to talk with Job, he is saying things that are unhelpful. He is saying that God, the awesome one, is beyond our reach. No, he isn't. That's what's so wonderful about God. He's omnipresent.